Last week on Dynamite, the main event for Forbidden Door was made official. It was set. The winner of the Casino Gauntlet match would face off against Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship in Long Island, New York at Forbidden Door. And in one of the most unpredictable outcomes, brand new international champion Will Ospreay, the Billy Goat himself, laid claim and became the number one contender to the World Championship, to Swerve Strickland, and what is set to be one of the most entertaining main events possible. Because simply put, most fans, AEW fans, wrestling fans, IWC, anybody who talks about this, they were expecting this main event. They were expecting Will Ospreay to challenge for the world title, not at Forbidden Door, but at All In London at Wembley Stadium. So of course this came to a shocker to a lot of people, to myself as well. Number one, because I too was expecting Will Ospreay to challenge for the world title until All In his hometown or home country of London, of England. And number two, because Will Ospreay just became international champion. He just beat Roderick Strong to become the brand new international champion at Double or Nothing. And now we're going to get ourselves a champion versus champion match in the main event of Forbidden Door, which I'm not against this type of match, specifically if it's just for one title. I'm not a big fan of dual champions. I think that type of main event has run its course. So I'm hoping this is just for the World Championship. And again, the World Champion himself should have no ambition, no worries. They should not even care about getting a secondary title like the International Championship is currently in AEW. Now, with that said, is it a little bit too soon for Will Ospreay to be challenging for the World Championship? Yes and no, because again, he's the International Champion. So it is technically a little bit too soon. But again, Will Ospreay, much like Okada, much like Monet, those three big signings that AEW had at the beginning of this year, they should be challenging. They should be a part of the biggest storylines possible. And the biggest storylines possible always include the main titles in a company. And I'm sorry, but that's not the TBS Championship, and that's not the International Championship, and that's not the Continental Championship. It's not. Those are all mid-card titles, secondary titles in their own divisions in AEW. And Tony Khan has said it himself multiple times in interviews. His job, and again, I commend him for that because that is how you run a business. His job is to give the company, to give the fans who are investing their time and their attention into their product the absolute best product, the absolute best main events possible. And right now, Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland is that. Now, what's going to happen? What's going to happen at Forbidden Door? Will Swerve Strickland retain his championship, continue his championship reign, and finally give Will Ospreay his first loss in his current AEW run? Or will AEW double down on the Billy Goat himself and make him AEW World Champion, make him a dual champion, and have him carry that title into All In his home country of England, Wembley Stadium, packed Wembley Stadium, AEW's biggest event of the year. We still have a few weeks left. Of build-up, to see of what kind of stakes are in this match. Is it a personal match? Is it just competition? We still have to wait and see that tonight on Dynamite. But frankly, I wouldn't be surprised either way, because either way, whoever walks out of Forbidden Door as champion, AEW doesn't lose. Will Ospreay becomes world champion, he goes straight into All In, defending that world title in the main event at Wembley. That's money. If Swerve Strickland ends up retaining and maintaining himself as world champion, I wouldn't be surprised if we have MJF challenge for the world title. We might have Hangman Adam Page challenge for the world title. Again, it's also a case of, well, we've got to wait and see who wins the Owen Hart tournament. Because whoever wins that tournament gets a shot at All In. Again, so we just have to wait and see the tournament brackets. Maybe Hangman Page is back. Maybe MJF is a part of those brackets. Again, there's a lot of groundwork to be laid still for this main event of Forbidden Door and looking towards All In. But for now, I don't think it's too soon for Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland, because it is the best main event that they could give us at this moment in time. As simple as that. The only other option would have been have Okada challenge Swerve, which again would have also made sense, because Swerve has made remarks, has made statements against the current leadership of the Young Bucks and the EVPs. So that would have made sense too. As far as tonight goes, Swerve Strickland. But, that's been the case for decades in pro wrestling. I mean, The Rock lost the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam 98, and by Survivor Series 98 of that very same year, he was your corporate champion, World Wrestling Federation champion. So it does happen. So we just have to wait and see what goes down tonight on Dynamite. Again, that World Championship main event, Swerve versus Strong. I'm hoping it's the main event. And I'm hoping MJF is the man to open the show, because that man is money. That man is business for AEW. So with that said, what are your thoughts on the main event set up for Forbidden Door in Long Island at the end of June? I believe June 30th. Do you think it's the right time to execute that main event? Do you think they should have waited for All In? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.